Hi, and welcome to Arts Jamboree, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission's Look at the Arts. Body Beautiful by Louise Bennett. Can you guess what we're going to talk about today? Well, if you say speech, you're right. Now, the speech program aims to develop an appreciation for good speech, the essence of good communication. Entries can be in Standard English or Jamaican. Let's talk to some of our adjudicators. I'm Dion Silvera. Soon come back.
I have to thank the JCDC for this, because the idea of honing a child's talent, unearthing and developing a child's talent is an awesome responsibility. And when you do it and do it well, it's a very big achievement.
You learn that many of the barriers that we have are artificial barriers. The little children who are nervous just before they go on stage will grow up into adult performers who are nervous just before they go on stage. And then you're able to share that you're not nervous just because it is a new activity or because somebody's judging you, but it's part of the process of presenting your best self.
Nearly every one of us has some raw talent or some natural instinct in us in a way that we'd like to go, whether it be dance, perform, run, play football, whatever it is. The raw talent is good, but imagine how much better you could be with some training, with some guidance, with some encouragement in the right direction.
You young man seem like a bright boy. What is your name? Hoplum? Hoplum what? Seed? Hoplum seed? Why, kiss my neck back. Hello, please settle down. You're in a classroom, right? In a classroom, not on the road. Please settle down. Outside. As I was saying,
I started entering the speech competition before there was a JCDC, before independence. The reason was that I was always encouraged by my various teachers at Wilmer's and then at Dunrobin to participate in speech. They thought I had a nice, clear voice and I spoke very well and so on. And so I was always encouraged. So from the time I was about maybe 12, 13, I was entered in different speech. It was then called the elocution contest. And that's what we did. We stood up and elocuted. You weren't able to move and gesticulate. It was just stand up and deliver.
Oh, it was exciting. It was wonderful, and I love the competition, you know. When you go and you see all the other kids in your age group and everybody's so excited to show their talents, you know. Some were a bit shy. I too was shy, but I was taken, you know, captivated by the excitement of the festival. Yes, so I loved it. I loved going to JCDC.
So I entered the speech festival that year, and I actually won a gold medal in the adult non-professional class. And Wycliffe made a news flash, you know, of JBC staffer wins gold medal, you know. It quite exciting, really.
I have won national awards. I think it was 1996. I won the Best Dub Poetry title, right, as a student. And outside of that, I've won quite a number of gold medals consistently from primary school to high school. When I was in sixth form, you know, yes, the festival on a whole was really a championship for me, so I looked forward to it, and I've made my name there as a student, and the skills that I've gained from the competition, you know, I step out into the professional world and I capitalize on that. And right now, as a tutor, I'm making that sort of mark, transforming lives and so forth.
I was a performer in the JCDC speech competition in, I think, the 60s. At that time, I used to go to Alpha Academy, so that was my first exposure to festival. Interestingly enough, our Dean of Discipline at that time at Alpha was a lady by the name of Dorothy Blondell Francis, and she was the chief adjudicator of the festival, of the speech competitions in festivals. So, you know, it was like a double whammy. You know, she's your Dean of Discipline. You have to be circumspect at all times. And she was the judge. Oh, please, I went through many heartaches, but I pulled through. I won like bronze, silver, and gold. I did get a gold in the speech competitions in a festival it was called at that time. JCDC hadn't been named as yet, so it was the Festival Commission.
Me love my fruits are veggie, raw or cook me up in yummy. Me love my fruits are veggie, raw or cook me up in yummy.
I've been associated with the JCDC now for about 40 years. My journey started when I was in primary school. I was at Bryce Primary, and my teacher at the time was Miss Esme Woodburn, God rest her soul. I had just started to learn patois. I found patois picturesque. Now we don't say patois anymore, the nation language. So I find it colorful and picturesque. And when you want to express yourself, nothing can express you like the nation language. Huyama. Anyway, suffice it to say, I found it so interesting, and so I was introduced to Miss Lou's poems by Miss Woodburn. And I decided, I heard about festival. I wanted to go to festival. And so she decided she's going to take me to festival. So I learned one verse and thought that the verse is all I needed to learn to go to festival. No, so. For my family is not pian. My daughter Suda teach. And when rain fall or pastor sick, my son Uriah preach. That's all I figured that I needed to learn and go to festival. No, Miss Woodburn came to me and said to me I had to learn the almost 10 verse. Now, that kind of did take the joy out of it. But I did it. And for my first time at festival, I got a silver medal.
Want to not see me dying, child? David, how mad you gonna mad me in here today? What you mean? See me playing piece of corn down a girlie? And I'm not twanging contest. Listen to the song. Samuel cultivated a portion of maize in the gravel. And it bore and bore until it assassinated poor Samuel. Samuel is deceased. Samuel is deceased. Samuel is deceased. Oh. Look here. Go outside, go practice the song, and come back in here knowing it.
have 10 acres of mountainside and a dainty-foot donkey that I ride, 4 Gros Michel and 4 Lacatan, some coconut trees and some hills of yam. And I pasture on that very same land 5 she-goats and 1 big black ram. That, by God, on my big right hand is the property of the Banana Man. Because of Song of the Banana Man in 1965, when I just left school, I was asked to perform. All the medal winners in festival would perform on JBC. It wasn't JBC TV, it was JIS. Had a slot on a Friday afternoon or evening when the winners in festival were highlighted for speech, dance, music, and so on. And that year when I did Song of the Banana Man, I was asked to perform on television. And after that, the very next week, I got a call from JIS asking if I was interested in a job.
After I finished the festival and I won my award, I was called by JIS to participate in a radio program they had at the time. It was Journeys. So that I felt so good working with all these older persons and stuff. So I was a part of a story, a radio series. I think I was 17 at the time. And I was also earning. I was earning, you know, keep myself in school. I was earning.
Somewhere in the mid-1990s, I decided to take the plunge and leave corporate Jamaica and get involved in performing arts full-time. The first couple of years, never so easy, never so nice, you know. It was hard finding jobs and so on. And someone actually recommended me to the JCDC, say, hey, we have this good gentleman, you know, do a little acting. He's not so bad with the acting. And so he's been exposed to speech and performing and poetry and so on. Why not give him a try as an adjudicator? And as I said, this was sometime in mid-1990s. And from there, it just evolved and continued and continued. And the years, I learned more, I studied, I evolved to the point now where they have confidence in me enough to say that we need a chief adjudicator for Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon area. Call Glenn up. And so I am honored to be a part of the team over the years. And I've seen the growth and development as we unearth the Jamaican talent.
Okay, well, it is important for us to say that the adjudicators seldom, if ever, speak to the performers before they go on stage for all the ethical reasons and reasons of transparency. We don't always speak to them after they have performed because there is someone who has brought them there. And very often any mistake, any error, or the opposite, anything to be praised, then we go through the person who has trained them. That's how we learn and teach accountability. Sometimes, however, the child wants an up-close encounter with the adjudicators. And then outside of what you say, which very often is immaterial, how you say it is what becomes critical. So as an adjudicator, you learn to be humble. As an adjudicator, you learn to be kind. As an adjudicator, you learn not to make assumptions. You have to say to the child, why did you do it this way? You can't say, you never did know. You have to say, did you know that? And be able to use the entire situation as a teaching and a learning moment for both. Above all, you have to be careful that whatever you say, you cannot A, say anything in any way that prevents someone from wanting to come back next year.
When you see flock of mosquito, a swarm, a delta come you hurt, you better run. Hey, when you see flock of mosquito, say a swarm, a delta come you hurt, you better run.
So I might be walking on the school grounds and a student might be just communicating with his or her peer and just the bad body language and the gesticulations and just there's something as it relates to the voice you know, that tone of voice might just jump out at you, and I will call them and say, come to rehearsal tomorrow, right? And the child will say, me sir, I can't, this Mr. Come. And then sometimes that little one that you just pass by the way or pull in, sometimes become the star rather than the ones who came in with that, you know, burst of talent, because it's a process, and outside of having the natural talent, you know, the ones who really want to do it and willing to conform and so forth. So sometimes the ones with the stardom behavior never normally last long. Give me my culture, me want. Give me my culture, me need. The food, the music, and the folk dance. Give me my culture, me want.
You see, when me take a good look in at the prom, it's a dog me a skin my teeth within a man. Me say the dog dress not a puss. In a white jacket and in pink bow tie. And darling, it's a Ray-Ban sunglasses that him have over him eye. Me say, Lord, take the case and give me the pillar. How about this me come to England come see? I wonder if it's a woman come shopping with her picnic.
My mother's tears were my tears. Each sob shook me. The pain of death is living. The dead are free. For me, my father's death was mother's sorrow. That day was her day. Loss was tomorrow.
Usually the national finals are held at the Little Theatre, and the use of the stage, positioning themselves on stage and being able to project. Because in order to adjudicate the piece, you need to hear what is being said. So audibility is important, and the use of the voice to project. As adjudicators, we look out for that.
Hear the old boy. Woman, don't show me a lack of education. The law demands that you tell me your name and occupation. See ma, me temper boy up, and I hala boy kirot.
I have been one for, I would say, at least 20 years. Yeah. And it has been all national finals. I have worked with the late Christine Bell. She and I did it for quite a long spell. But before that, I did with Leonie Forbes, Erica Allen. Ralston McKenzie has now come back into the fold, so to speak, and Tony Patel. But one would say probably I have been the mainstay because they come and go, but I'm still there.
Therefore, it is with confidence that, ordered by the Commons, I impeach Warren Hastings, Esquire, of high crimes and misdemeanors. I impeach him in the name of the Commons of Great Britain in Parliament assembled, whose parliamentary trust he has betrayed. I impeach him in the name of the Commons of Great Britain, whose national character he has dishonored.
So from ye high picnic to performer, to big picnic, to adjudicator, to coach, because I now conduct the workshops for the adults. So when I say I don't know how to classify myself more than say me a family, you know, that's the truth. And I really want to thank, throughout the years, all of the people who have been involved with the program, the JCDC program. I think it is the most sustainable program in the performing arts throughout the Caribbean. And I honor those who are in charge.
Everything takes time, and if you have any sort of Christian background, as most of us Jamaicans do, you know that God is in control and He directs everything. And so sometimes when something is put off, it's for your own good. Maybe this year you never did quite ready, you know. And so the fact that COVID has come, it's your chance now to make yourself so much better next year. Rather than having to perform in May and June of this year, you now have a whole year to brush off the little rough spot then, go back to the drawing board, rehearse some more, fix up your thing, dress it up nice, and come back. And next year, I promise you, you're going to be so much better than you were this year. Because guess what? A lot of us at home now, you have the time. You don't have school going to every day, or you don't have work going to all the time. And so you have the time now to fix up your thing, straighten it up, and 2021, it's going to go nice. We know. And I'll be there to judge you and help you, encourage you along the way.
Let us not be cold and cool up because COVID come and we couldn't go up on stage and 40,000 people say we want time. Because now we have the possibility of something called Zoom. And the adjudicators don't even have to be in the same room to see us. And we can transmit to a wider audience. The world has 7.5 billion people. It has now become our stage. Lady, a Jamaican, we name COVID can't call way up. So we didn't get to do it the way we had always done it this year. This year has its own normal. Next year will have its own normal again, and we will survive. Because Natty got a job to do, and we can fulfill this mission. To see our hurt will be their greatest ambition. But we will survive, no matter what the competition, for no matter what they do. Dready keep on coming through. Ride, Natty. That's who we are. We can do it.
So you think you're ready to take on Festival 2021? Come with your poems, your sonnets, and your stories, and come wow the judges. Me know me now make it miss me. Remember to join us via social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook and Instagram. Jack Mandora? Me not choose none. I'm Dion Silvera. Walk good.